Hello, my stamping friends. It's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm a Canadian demonstrator, Stampin' Up Demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is your first time joining me on YouTube, I'm so glad you have. And if it's your first time, make sure that you do subscribe to my YouTube, and then that way that you'll get notified immediately as soon as I upload a new video. So I'm trying this on my new Mac, and I'm waiting for somebody to come on here to let me know that the sound is okay. Um, I'm not sure. It doesn't have the same settings as my old Mac laptop, so that's why I'm really curious to see how the sound is, and that there's no really loud screeching. Because if there's loud screeching, I'm going to have to stop and reset up on my old Mac. This one tends to have a better picture in it, so that's the reason why I'm doing it. So make sure that you jump on, tell me where you're from. Oh, good, thanks, Carol. And how's it in the Soyuz? It's beautiful. Well, it's not beautiful here, but it's cold, and I'm sure it's cold down there too. So that's good. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because this one could be a long video, because I've been so excited to do this card. I've been playing with this card since Monday. So I'm hoping that it works out good. So it's our mystery challenge number 93. And the clues are, or what the idea of what you have to use, it's a fancy fold, brick, and plants. And instantly, when I think of that particular those clues, I think of plentiful plants. So let's just, you know what, I'm going to go I'm just going to get right down to the card, because there's lots to do with it. Like I say, for this mystery challenge, you could use the plentiful plants. It would be perfect for this type of a card. Not only do you have the bundle that goes along with it, but if you use the designer series paper, which is still available because the annual catalog has not gone down, but there's 2 pieces of brick paper, designer series paper, in here. So it's really good to have. This would be a really good one to use for this particular one. Perfect. So I'm not sure who said that, but that is something that someone picked. I'm hoping to see something with this. I am using the brick paper from here, and I might use something depending on what comes about. I originally was going to do some with some of the cutouts and everything else, but I found something that was a little bit better for what I exactly wanted to do. So I am going to be using, and I used this on Monday, and I'm so excited to use it again. It's the Home and Garden bundle. Remember, when you buy as a bundle, you save 10%. So we're going to be using this like we did on Monday. And this is why I was so excited on Monday, in order to go on and do this particular card. But I can also combine it with the flowering rain boots. And I am going to do that today. We're going to use a few things from either set. I might even grab in something from that plentiful plant set as well. I think some of the sentiments, because they're really good sentiments on there. So let me just put the stamp set off to the side. These, like I say, can be found in the mini catalog, mini J to J catalog. The flowering rain boots can be found on page 30. Remember, the bundle, you save the 10%. And the other one is here, and you can say it's on page 72. So good stuff. Yes, I figured a lot of people are probably going to use the plentiful plants, and that's great. All right, so I've got a bunch of this stuff here. So I am doing a double Z fold card, or yeah, a double Z fold card is what mine's going to be. So I have a bunch of my paper here, and I'm just going to kind of put it out to one side. Hopefully I don't lose anything. I have my evening evergreen. Now this is scored at 2 3/4. So I scored it 2 3/4. Then I turned my cardstock around, and then I scored it at 5.5. And that gives me the nice even part that's right there. So I'm just going to come in with my bone folder and get it really good crease on there. And like I say, this designer series paper, this is from the Plentiful Plants DSP. And I thought this was a nice brick one. Remember, you could also use brick and mortar too. That would work out really good with this. It's the embossing folder, and yeah, it would work out really good. So I'm just actually, I want to take some of that white off, and I really think it's actually Sahara sand is really what the color is. But I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to sponge this up a little bit to give it dirty bricks. They're too clean at bricks, right? So let me just... Yeah, this, I'm having lots of fun with this. It wasn't one of the first sets that I got. The rain boots were, but not the, not the home and garden one. I contemplated about it, but I tell you, once I've started playing with it, I'm really enjoying it. So we're just going to get that done up. And for the sake of this video, I've done a lot of cutting ahead of time, but I'll show you what I'm cutting and everything else for this particular card. Now, I haven't decided whether or not if I want to put one piece underneath the front part or not. So I'm going to just wait until afterwards, but I can put these pieces down. This piece happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. And it's going to go on the back piece of this right here. Beautiful paper on the other side as well. But that's the beauty of designer series paper, right? It's nice on both sides. So I didn't prime this properly. So I'll just go in. I always just use a paper clip. And then we'll get that going. There we go. I store my glue upside down, but I don't know why it does that all the time. Let's see. I think we'll put the bigger bricks on the bottom. And the liquid glue really helps when you're trying to get it on there. My second piece is going to go here. And that can go straight onto the card as well. Now, I could have added an awful lot more to this card and done it like a planter card, is what it means, where I could have more inside. But I thought this one's going to be busy enough as it is. So now I'm going to hold off on this piece here. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put it on and then put the other piece on, or if what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on and put the other strip across here. Now, to make it a double Z fold card, what I'm doing is I have a piece of crumb cake, and this one happens to be scored. I scored it at 5 1/2. I turned it over and scored it at 2 3/4 from this end. So that will give me, because I want to fold into the mountain, right? So that's going to give me the Z fold that goes across here. Now, I thought at one point, oh, that's a little too stark for me, and we could sponge it. But let's go in and let's tear it and give it more of, I want this to represent dirt. So I'm going to tear it. So I am tearing towards me. And by tearing towards me, I'm getting the rough edge up this way. If I tore away from me, I get a smooth edge this way. But I want the rough edge on the top. So I'm just going to tear that. And this happens to be 1 inch by 11 inch. So I'm just going to tear that. I say this was the card I was going to try to do on Monday. And I say try. Sometimes it's frowned upon if I do fancy fold cards on Mondays. So I tend to, if I do a fancy fold, it won't be as detailed as, say, this particular one is. So I'm just coming in and I'm going to add, this is crumb cake that I'm sponging. Oops. You know, it won't matter if I've got it creased where it shouldn't be creased. All right. But we want to get that good and dirty looking. And also, when you tear towards you, it tends to, because it's rough, it tends to pick up more ink. We used to do this so much in our stamping, is this tearing. And it's funny how it kind of goes full circle. When you haven't done something like that, then it comes back. I don't know if this has come back yet, but it's going to serve our purpose anyways. So, all right. Let's just get that like that. Now, hopefully that's enough on there. Now, see this, like I say, I was thinking of it going like this, and then it's going to come as a double Z this way. So let's go in, and first of all, let's crease this. And I think I'm going to put it over top of it. So I could do it like that and then have my stuff go here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto the card, and then we're going to have the dirt go over top of it. Now I'm hoping that I made it big enough, but we're going to make it work. All right, so we just have that. And then all I want to do is I want to put this on here and this on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put glue. And I'm going to put glue on the bottom part of this piece and on the bottom part here, just in case I want to tuck something behind. Let's go ahead and put this on here. So there's our first piece of dirt. I was thinking soft succulent might be a good color for this, or soft suede for this. And then I found that it was just too dark. And some of the elements I wanted weren't going to show up. Okay, so there's my cards so far. All right, so I'm just going to put that off to the side. See how it folds? It's a double Z fold. All right, so now what I'm going to do, we're going to stamp some of these pieces. And then, like I say, I've gone ahead and I've kind of cut out some stuff I'll color together with you. So I have a piece of crumb cake, and I'm coming in with the crumb cake again. I just had it. There we go. And I'm going to stamp the ladder. Now, I want to stamp 2 of these ladders. The other day, what I did was I turned around and I made a 3D ladder that was like this. I don't think this is going to work on this particular card. So I've kind of got it. I've got it on behind where I can use it if I have to. Now let's go ahead and stamp some of these other things. Because I'm coloring, I'm using my memento. So I've laid on the rake, the shovel, the clippers, the trowel, and the gloves. We might use this, we might not. So I'm just going to do that with the memento so that I can lay that down. Now I've done this and I put this on a certain way because this can go through my mini baby boss. And you know what? I'll give you a secret. I mean, we're allowed to tell you, if you love that mini cut and emboss, guess what? You can save 20% on it starting on the 1st. It's a sale and there's some dies that are going on sale. None of these dies are. So I'd let you know that ahead of time if they were. Now, another thing that I'm going to use, this is let me grab this. This is the seed packet. So I'm going to come in with my memento for that as well. Just going to put that there. And another thing that we're going to stamp are no, we're not going to stamp the tulips because we're going to stamp those a little bit differently. So then I also have, and I tell you, this pot is perfect, absolutely perfect for this particular project. So I'm going to come in and I'm using cinnamon cider for this. I will be very sad when this retires. And now where is did I put it back on here? There we go. Let me just grab another block. The cinnamon cider is perfect with the cinnamon cider ink, with these pots because it gives you a fantastic terracotta pot. Okay. We're doing 3 of those. And then we are also going to go in. Now, on this one here, we have some tulips and we have some stems, the tulip stems. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to use Daffodil Delight on these tulips. And I'm going to just use some Calypso Coral. And I'm coming in with a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to kind of ink up. Because you know how tulips are kind of, they're not all really one color. I can't wait for spring. I tell you, this cold weather really gets me down. So then I'm just going to stamp that there. And see, we have beautiful different colored tulips. And then I also have the stems. And we are going to stamp those with, just close these up or else I'm going to have them all over my hands, with Evening Evergreen. We're going to have Evening Evergreen on these stems. Maybe that's a little dark, I'm not sure, but that's how we're going to do it. Just like so. And also these stamps are distinctive stamps, so they're really kind of neat the way that that works. So that's our stamping. Now we can turn around and we can cut all those out. But what I'm actually going to do is I am going to cut this out. I've already cut them out. And then I can just color, and that saves some time as it is. Now, there's a few other things that I'm going to be doing with some of this stuff. Now, with this particular die here, just to let you know, these are the little hooks that you put your gardening tools on, say in a shed. These are pebbles, and these pieces right here are like silver pieces. So I would cut those out in silver foil like I did the other day. But let me just show you this piece. Now this piece is, it's the piece of wood that goes across the top. And I showed this on Monday, but I'm going to show it again. What you can do is you can just take this like this, rub it in here, put it onto your soft suede cardstock. And when you run it through, and I'm going to have to run this one through because I didn't have that cut. Just going to bring in my mini cut and emboss. Imagine this at 20% off, right? I don't know what I'd do without this one. This one's, it's so dang cute and it works so well. So just going to put that on there and run this through. And this is going to give you a more embossed. So just bear with me here. And see, it just makes the wood grain a little bit darker, right? Hopefully you can see that. All right. So I'm thinking that I'm kind of close to being able to color and put this together. So we're going to cut these out. There's dies to cut those out. We've cut this part out. I've cut out, in my pieces here, I have a bunch of pieces. So I've got all of these sort of things here. I've cut out a bunch of these grass things because I'm going to be using those. So yeah, I've got lots of stuff. So let's just come in with this and we can quickly just color this. Now, I'm going to change up the color from what I used on Monday. I want red on my tools today. And then let's see, we're just going to have, the rake is going to be red here as well. And same with my trowel. We're going to have a red-handed trowel. And My snippers are going to have red-handed on them as well. Excuse me. My seeds, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This piece here I didn't have on Monday, but this is the piece that's from the rain boots. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to have a red handle on that as well. That didn't have any dies. My seeds, I think I'm going to have a daffodil on there, or not sure exactly, but let's don't want that side. Just like so. And I think we'll just put a tiny bit of this on here just to give it, oops. You can see I've got to replace my blends. They're there we go. We've got that. And then with my gloves, geez, I really wish I'd done something else with those gloves. I'm going to do yellow with my gloves as well, like I did the other day. But I would paper piece these, actually. I would make them into, this is more of a feminine type card, sort of, maybe. You could do anything, actually. You could have this masculine or feminine. I think because I've gone maybe with red, we might have to stick to a masculine card now, but it should be okay. See, my thing is fraying here, and I can tell my ink is, I'm running out. Okay. Now we have that. Now I have also all these pieces here to go on there that serves as the metal part on your tools. So we'll just put those on. Yeah, there's a lot of detail to this particular card, but I think it's worth it by doing it. So let's see, we've got the shovel. So, and you know, this is going to have to be a crumb cake type. It's wood, right? And we'll put wood on this. When you're doing this for a video, you don't want to take too much time coloring. You can always go in afterwards and finish it up. There we go. I'll just come back in with the light, blend that together. Now, I do have some smoky slate on here that we're just going to color these parts right here. Okay, do we have almost all of that? Almost. Now, oh, I should have some here. What here? There we go. All right, now this trowel, I don't know how this is going to be, but I decided to cut this a little bit separately. My goodness, you guys are all so nice and quiet. Holy crow, no mention. Do I still have everybody here? All right, so let's go here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. I was looking at this and going, ooh, I don't think I cut this other part out, but I actually did, so we're good. So I'm going to put this metal also onto the hand rake. So we have another piece there. And I don't like how stark that is. Do I have a dark one there? Just going to come in with this. I just want a bit of, there we go. All right. So now we can start putting some of this stuff together. So I have one of these pots. I have a pot there. I have 3 pots. So I went ahead and I cut the leaves out. So I'm actually going to cut this down a little bit. I only want 1 set of leaves. And that is going to go in here. But what I want to do is I want to cut this off so that it looks like it's right in the pot. Just like that. So we have that go in there like that. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on there. Lots of little pieces. But you know, I like these kind of cards. You wait till it starts going together. You'll see all of this was worthwhile. And you kind of need all these little bits and pieces. Okay, so we have that. Now with my tulips that are on here, I only cut some of them. So this is going to be the tulips. Actually, it was over here. So I'm just going to actually cut this part off. And then I'm going to end up cutting some of this tulip off. Probably this one as well. We're just going to leave that. And if I like, I can leave these gloves as well. All right, so let's start putting this together. Like I say, these have already been cut out. I've cut out this. So let's go ahead and start putting this card together. So we are going to go ahead and put the same piece that we had down here yesterday or Saturday. So I'm going to actually make sure that that's in the right spot. And I think that's about right. So again, this part is almost like a repeat of the last part, but I'm going to have some different changes in there. So I'm coming in with these little black things, and I'm going to put 4 on this particular one. So I'm going to put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And I did have tweezers for this, but I think I did have them out again. But you know what? I'll just take these and see if I can do this. So there is a right and a wrong side on there. This is going to drive me nuts because these tweezers are not. There we go. So there's 1 there. I had another pair. All right, grab another one. Like I say, there's a right and a wrong side to it. So we're going to put that right there. Good thing it's going to dry clear because it was kind of a big splot. And another piece here. Just here. And another piece. And I cut extras just in case I needed them or I lost them. And we have this one right here. Okay, so we've got lots of tools that we can put on there. All right. Now I'm hoping that this goes the way that I have it planned. I'm planning on putting the ladder here, but I think because of this ladder being like this coming out, it's not going to fold properly. So I could cut this one out, but actually I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take this ladder and just put it like this, and that's going to give me the same illusion as a double ladder, but it's not going to stick up like that. So I'm going to put this right down on there. So we should maybe have this ladder going straight. Because if we're going up the ladder, right? So let's just have that go like that. Now we're going to have maybe this rake here. We're going to have this part going down here. Whoops, that didn't stay on there. There we go. This one is going to go like so. And then what I want to do here, first of all, what I want to do is I want to have these pots. Now my thought was, let's put a plant here. And I'm thinking a pot here. And we could even have another pot coming up. Or we could have it coming over. These tulips are going to come onto this part here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this up with dimensionals. And oh, my dimensionals all came apart. Okay. Let's do this. So I'm going to have this pop up here. Like so. And then, oops, could take this off. So it's up like that. We're going to put these on here. So I'm just going to put that on this part here. Should have maybe put that on ahead of time, but that's okay. Just going to gently put that on there. I want my, let's see, oh, there's this part to the metal part to that. Where is that? Let's go ahead and put that on as well on my snippers. And I think the snippers are going to go in with the tool part here. Not a tool that you use a lot of. Well, maybe I don't. So we're just going to have it up there like that. Now, what we have to decide is, do I want, I'm going to have my trowel here. I think I can have another pot over like this and the trowel. So I'm going to put a bit of dimensional right there. And I want this pot. And the sound's still okay, right? So we're going to have our little trowel right like here. So I'm just going to put that little piece on there. And I want to put the sentiment up there. All right, so we have that. Whoops. Now we can go ahead and we can have our seed package go right about there. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll put my tools on here. And then from there, I can figure out. This is going to go right here. And I am then, whoops, going to also, I'm going to glue on the back part of this because I don't want it flipping and stopping the card from closing. Like that. Shovel's going to come down here. So I am actually going to put a dimensionals on there. Just like so. Oops. Thought maybe I'd gone off camera. And let's see, we can put a little, not sure where my little dimension, oh, there they are. There we go. just move that out of the way and oops. Right. And put our shovel down. So, boy, I tell you, where my gardening tools, they are not this. This is tidy. Right, so this is going to go right up there. So let's just put a tiny bit of dimensionals on the back there. I know that, like I say, there's lots of detail to this card, but I think the recipient would be quite happy to get this, especially if they're an avid gardener, right? My before this house life, I loved to garden. But a real avid gardener would just love this card. Okay, so this will go here. All right, so we have that. Now we have some gloves to put on there. We got, let's, oh my goodness. Like I say, lots of detail on this card. So let's put this down there. I thought that could go there. I thought that would look kind of cool there. So we're covering our plants, right? There's this one too. Not sure. We'll decide on that one in a bit. But this is just that type of a card. I could have had, like I say, the other part of the card coming out. So it's like a box card in there. But just want that there. And, you know, in that that plentiful plants, you could also cut out a lot of those plants. And I tell you, they look amazing. Just cut out, the pieces cut out themselves. So. Okay. So we have another pot to go on here. So I think we could, let's see, this is going to close like this. So let's just see how that's going. It's going to close like that. So we're going to want another pot over here. Let's put the other pot. And I'm not going to stick it up. It's going to go right about there. And that's going to kind of help with that look there. The gloves can go right about here. And I'm going to pop those up as well. Do not know where my take your pick tool is. One there, one there. Well, you know, like I say, I wanted to do this, and I knew that this was going to be a longer video, and I kind of taken my chance with my new, working with my new laptop, right? So, all right, so we have that like that. We have these seeds. The seeds have got to go on there too, right? So the seeds could actually go on here. Let's see. I'm going to do this like this. Let's put the seeds right in there. Just like that. And we just need a little bit across there. And I thought I had that little, oh, I do. Okay, this can come here as well. All right. Just going to put that on there. And that's a lot of, there we go. I'm just going to take that off. And I think this part here needs something on it. So I could have done that underneath. This could be where the vine is growing up. Or, you know what? I'm just going to have it going up from the bottom here, I think. Yes, I'm going to put some of that from there. I really like this evening evergreen and the brick on there as well. You will see this card actually posted on my blog. It's going to be for the festive Have I got the sound back now? Sound is back. Yes, I sure hope so. In any event, this is this. And there's my card. So there's my mystery challenge. Thank you. That must have happened when that. And you know what? The whole thing is I don't even know who the person was. All right. So there we go. There's our card. Just like this. And what a fun card, right? This would have been better over a little bit further. I might just fix that up afterwards. But there we have the card. A gardening card for a dear friend. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to put your card on there. And then we will go from there. Make sure you go into my group, put it into my group. And then from there, we can, I can draw for a stamp set. And if you don't live in Canada, then I could also give you a card. Now, isn't this funny how this goes? Woo, there we go. I'm playing with a new computer. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give me the thumbs up, share my video. I sure hope they don't see the last part. And we will see you soon. Tomorrow is my Now What series, tomorrow night at 6:30 Pacific time. Hope to see you there. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Bye for now.